Hi, AJ Hartley here, novelist, Shakespeare professor, baby metal fan, and somewhat unexpectedly we have a new video of an old song. This is a new 15th anniversary video built for the Headbanger song off the first album. Let's check it out. So the first image of the white-dressed, long-haired figure could be Mikio Fujioka, the late guitarist. It could just be a member of the Kami band. It could just be a dead metal icon figure. There's a moment of reverence as we're going to the shrine, and then it turns to the pile of kitsune masks in the other vending machine. In the shrine is something. 伝説の黒髪を華麗に乱し狂い咲くこの花は儚く消えI'm not going to say a lot about the song as a song. I made a video about this like 6 years ago, about the original video. And the original video I think is good. So the question that I'm going to be asking all the way through this in my head is, did we need this now? What is its purpose? What is it trying to do? And I think we're going to sort of try to build some answers to that as we go. Obviously, the first thing that it's doing is it's replacing the original Yui with Momoko and updating the band. A part of me thinks the original material is great as it is. You can leave it alone. It's fine. But I also understand the impulse to, especially with the move to Capitol Records, to sort of say to the fan base and to the world, this is a band about the today. These are mature women. They're not kids, which I think has sort of hung around them for a long time. You know, long since they stopped being like teen. I don't think that they're idols. I don't really think that they ever were idols, but they have something of that association with them. And I think that one of the reasons that you make a video like this is to dispel that and to bring them into 2026 to celebrate the 15th anniversary of the band and show them remade, still doing great material, albeit tweaked and refashioned some. So yeah, a bunch of things here to say. We get the iconic microphone stand. So I think one of the things that's interesting about this video is that it is a kind of ambassadorial piece for the rest of the world, but it's also a tribute to the fans and the fan culture. There's a lot of little in-jokes here, which long-term fans will pick up. You know, so we get, and of course we get the Momoko growl. That's the other thing, that we're not just putting Momoko's face in the video. We've remastered it. We've adjusted the sound of the song to include her particular contribution to the band in terms of that death growl intensity, which I think has a nice urgency to it and adds a different kind of intensity. I think the song is very intense, as it always was. It's intense musically and vocally and temporally. I'll talk a little bit more about time function within the song and as a thematic within the song later on. Oh, and we also, of course, get that ringu moment of the spectre coming out of the arcade game instead of the TV in the classic movie. Now, of course, in the movie, the figure that comes out is a figure of deep malevolence, specifically out of a certain kind of Japanese yurei tradition, where their fury and resentment is then brought out into the world indiscriminately, and anybody who gets in the way gets killed. We don't get that here. We get that image, but here it's being used somewhat playfully of the spirit coming out of the machine and into the human world. I mean, you know, there's only so much you can do to this song because it's so great. It's such a good original, you know. Yeah, the growly vocal adds an extra level to it. And it's great to see them fully self-possessed as young women 15 years on, right? So Sue in particular. And, you know, much as I like that original video, it is a video of children. This has a different kind of weight to it, a different kind of swagger, right? There's a performativity that they're sort of standing out there and belting it out. And there's a confidence to it, right? The song is about a 15-year-old going to a concert, getting caught up in the music and being kind of transformed in the iconography of the video, possessed by the music, right? And it's a song about a unique moment in time, a moment in one's past, a moment when you discover something for the first time, and that's a crucial moment, the moment of going to the concert. But it's also about time in the sense of about youthfulness and discovery of something beyond childhood, right? Coming into your own as a person of passion and creativity and so on. But it's also a song about the fleeting nature of experience. The focus on the black hair, this is a very Japanese recurring theme, right? Japanese people are famous for their lustrous black hair, but it's also an image of the passing of time. When I made my original video like 6 years ago, one of the things that I meant to talk about and forgot was the Kurosawa movie Ikiru, which is a song about being, living, and mortality, right? A song that focuses on a minor bureaucrat who starts to feel like he's sort of wasted his life and he's trying to sort of live intensely at the end of it. And one of the iconic scenes that recurs in that film is the song, the Gondola no Uta, which is a song about, it's one of those seize the day kind of things. Gather ye rosebuds while you may. It's a song about living while you can, while you have the capacity for experience. You should seize it, you should grab hold of it, you should pursue it, because time passes quickly and life is short. And that's what the movie's about. And there's a particularly cool a stanza in the song which shows up. Let me see if I can pull this up. Yeah. Inochi mijikashi Kurokami no iro ase no mani. So life is brief. Fall in love, maidens, before the raven tresses begin to fade, before your black hair turns grey, right? Before the flames in your heart flicker and die, for today, once past, is never to come again. It's a familiar idea, but a beautiful one and a painful one. And I think that Kurokami is right at the heart of the Baby Metal song, right? And I meant to talk about this before and didn't, but I think it absolutely is. So we are 15 years on from the first recording of this moment. Now they are women, not girls. They still have the black hair. They still have the passion, which they caught in the concert and in the music. And we're celebrating that. And that, I think, artistically, that's the justification for this video. To say we've moved on, we still have that passion, we're still reveling in a youth. It's not the same youth as it was. We're not children anymore. Now we're adults, but we're still young and we still have the drive and we still have the passion. And that, I think, is cool. And that, to me, is the justification for why this video exists. And of course, everybody knows this, that the neck brace is an homage to Yoshiki from Ex-Japan, who famously wore that brace after damaging his neck doing headbanging. And there have been a series of other metal performers who have that. So, you know, the neck brace is about liberating yourself to enjoy the music and to throw yourself into it, while simultaneously making sure it doesn't do damage. That's a very baby metal sentiment, I think. And I think it's also why the spirit liberated from the machine, the Ringu ghost, spectre, is not out to, you know, wreak destruction and havoc and death and misery, but to enjoy the music and to party and have a good time, which I think is an important corrective to a certain tradition within death metal music, which can be nihilistic, bleak to the point of completely meaninglessness, right? That nothing matters. There's only death. There's only emptiness. That's not what baby metal are, and I think that's what this song is about. Always been my favorite part of the song. The second time that chorus comes back after the instrumental break and she rises to that note. And that's where we feel it. That's where we feel the passion that she's discovering as that 15-year-old now, whatever she is, close to 30, or is she 30? I'm not sure. Anyway, but we still have that power. I love that. I love the way that we see the ghost doing the sort of scary crawling around thing, and then he's sitting at the table doing the most Japanese things ever, saying "itadakimasu" and having his dinner. I love that image of the ghost going like this. It's like talentless Takano, this image of whatever, I don't know what I'm doing. And what's with the jacket here? This sort of faintly, I don't know what we're going for here. It's a little Judas Priest, a little Motorhead, but it's also a little Dolly Parton. I don't know, but I guarantee you will be able to buy that jacket at some point on the official Baby Metal merch site. Okay, that's the moment that steals the show right there, right? The the moment where we see the spectre shaking up a can of beer or whatever, soda, having there, and they're mopping it up, which is another little maybe in joke for Baby Metal fans because it recalls that iconic moment of Koba mopping the stage, which had been rained on so that they could perform, which is, cool. So my question when I first saw this video was, did we need it? And I suppose in some ways the answer is no. The original version I think is perfectly good. But as I said, I think that this brings a new adult energy to it and a certain playfulness as well. The lightness that we get through the ghost image, the evocation of something dark and scary that turns out to be something fun is a very Baby Metal idea, and that's not really present in the original video. So I like that. A friend of mine, Arthur, was asking if I thought that it was AI generated, and the truth is I don't know. It doesn't look to me like the three women are on location when they're doing their performance part. It looks like this was a studio thing which has then been sort of digitally matched to the external set and into some of it maybe was filmed inside the arcade. Some of it, the external stuff, looks like it's a studio thing that has then been matted with an image of the arcade. That doesn't bother me. If it turned out that it was more AI generated, it would bother me. The line between these things, as Arthur pointed out, also is tricky. The gap between CGI and other forms of digital manipulation and editing, the line between that and generative AI is a fine line, but an important one. I'm not interested in any kind of art which is generated by computers from a prompt or something like that. And as a writer, I am diametrically opposed to it. That's maybe a conversation for another time. But so, I hope that if they are using AI, I hope that's not a sign of things to come. I've seen a number of fans saying, this is great, I love this, which is fine. And people saying, I'd love to see them do more of this from the early material. I kind of don't need that. I think the early material stands as it is. I value the idea of this as a kind of updating of the original, but I don't need them to work their way through the first album, retweaking and remastering and re-videoing all the songs. I think their energy might be better spent elsewhere. I'm always up for new music. That's all I'm going to say. As ever, please like, comment, subscribe, check out my books. I only talk about my Japanese themed books on this channel. So that's the Hideki Smith series. Book 1 and 2 are out in English. Book 1 is also out in Japanese with a bilingual edition. Check out my Patreon page, my patrons whose support keeps this channel going. Get to see all my videos before anybody else. Have a little dashery store for shirts and mugs and things like that. And that's it. Again, we're still in the first week of January, so Happy New Year. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.